Okay, enough about the course now. Let's talk about something else. Let's actually talk about the subject of this course, RC car racing, because most people, when they hear that, uh, they think that it's just something for kids. Okay, it's just for children, it's toys, it's not something to take seriously. And if an adult actually says that they have a hobby and it's RC car racing, they probably think that there's something weird about that person, there's something wrong with them. Well, while that may be true to an extent, I mean, obviously I'm 100% not weird at all, there's actually a lot more to RC car racing than first meets the eye. I mean, it attracts people from all walks of life. It's like saying that something like football or skateboarding is just for kids. It's just for playing around. Like, you shouldn't take football seriously. It's just kicking a ball around into a net. I mean, who would take that seriously, right? So it's just a matter of perspective, really. RC car racing has national championships, European championships, world championships. We have the RCGP Professional World Series. It's a hobby for most people, but it's also a career and a job for some. There are actually fully professional drivers. There are even some professional mechanics. There's a lot of engineers working at RC car companies as designers who also race. I mean, I'm one of them, actually. That's one important thing about this hobby too. You can learn so many life skills from this. Not only can you travel the world and meet like-minded people on the other side of the planet, the only thing that combines you is RC car racing, but because of that, you're instant friends. So you can go somewhere, Indonesia, for example. Don't know anyone in Indonesia, know nothing about Indonesia. You go there to an RC race, you'll meet locals, you'll meet people, they'll take you out to eat, you'll see the sights, and you will do that with local knowledge. It's completely different to traveling as a tourist. It's great. I've been to 42 different countries now, all around the world, thanks to RC car racing. And not one of them have I been to as a tourist. It's the best way to travel. And also, you learn a lot about engineering, so mechanical engineering, electronical engineering, and actually, it could work as a platform for you to discover something that you really enjoy doing. And it could turn into a job for you, either in the industry or outside of it. It could be anything from photography, videography, website design, graphic design, anything engineering, coding, event planning, business, marketing. The list is endless. It can all be done through RC car racing. So I truly believe that this is an amazing hobby. And it can just be your escape from the real world, the stress of the real world. That's it. You just want to go race with your friends on the weekends, have a couple of beers, and that's it. Or you want to go racing with your son or daughter, or both. And it's just a sort of stress relief, something fun to do. That's fine. Actually, that's what it is for most people. Or you can take it more seriously. So it's a hobby where you really strive to improve and you like to go racing and you try and win and you try and do the best you can. Or you can take it even further where it becomes a profession. Like, you want to actually make this as a professional driver or as something else, as an engineer or something in business or marketing or whatever, like I said before. So the options are endless. Just remember that. Okay, I'll give you an example. My story. So I actually got into RC car racing a bit late. I was about 16 or so when I did that. I saved money as a teenager from my summer job to buy my car and all the equipment I needed. I got a lot of it secondhand to save money, and that's how I started racing. It frustrates me when I hear people say that, oh, RC racing is too expensive or this or that. Let's face it. If you live in a developed country, you have parents, you have a home, you go to school, you can race RC cars. It's just as simple as that. It's the most affordable form of and safest form of motorsport. We can all do this. If you are considering buying this course, you can race RC cars. Don't let anyone discourage you or tell you that it's too expensive. It really isn't. It's just down to your attitude and how you spend your money. And I'm going to help you with that in this course also, to make the most of the budget you have. But anyway, that's a side note. So I was 16, I started RC car racing, and from the very beginning I knew I wanted to become a champion. I wasn't doing this just as a hobby. I wanted this to be my career, what I end up doing as a job. That was my goal. To be honest, the first years I progressed a lot because I was pretty insane about it. You know, I even saved money for 6 months. I worked 2 jobs and went to America for 3 months. That's the longest you were allowed to stay without a visa. So I was 19 years old, never really been anywhere. And I told my parents, I'm going to America to race RC cars. And they were like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm staying 3 months. And they go like, what? What are you talking about? But I went. That 3-month trip to America was really what started me on my journey. What happened next was I got some success in the next few years at some races and got some sponsors. Thanks to the sponsors, I was then able to start traveling to more races and race more. And then I had some good results. I TQ'd some rounds at the European Championships. I qualified 8th at the Worlds. I had fastest laps in some big races. I never really won any of those races, but I showed that I had potential. And that was enough for me to get some good sponsorships. I had a bit of a salary also. And then I was studying mechanical engineering on the side. So I was studying engineering and I was traveling the world racing cars. And it was awesome, an awesome time. But when I was 24, I already knew that I'm not really talented enough to be a professional driver for a very long time or a very well paid one, because I can't consistently win races. Maybe I can win one here and one there, but I can't consistently do it. I could tell. I started too late. I just wasn't talented enough also. So I thought, what can I do? How can I make this my job? I figured I'd design my own car. So that's what I started to do. I tried working with companies in the industry. It didn't work out, so I started my own company. 2010, I released my car design, JQ Products, the company was called then, and the car was just called The Car. Fast forward to 10 years later, I'm still on the same road. Things have changed a bit in my life, but I'm still designing cars, and I've done a lot more now also. I've been involved in starting RCGP, which is a professional race series. I've written a book, Invisible Speed, as I told you. I mean, now I've done this course also. I have a YouTube channel. I started a podcast, the No Name RC Podcast. And everything I do is pretty much geared towards trying to improve our hobby, our sport. And also, I still have that dream of having enough time, having a successful enough company to where I can devote more of my time to racing and developing the car. And I still want to do well at some race here in the future. That's my personal goal and dream. So that's my story. So you can see, going from a 16-year-old working a summer job, buying an RC car, to now fully immersed in the world of scale motorsports. So anything is really possible. If you want it in this industry, you can get it. You can just have this as a hobby, or you can start podcasts and design cars and start companies and work for other people, work for yourself. It's all possible. Have an open mind, just go for it. But enough of that. Let's start learning.